Neville Goddard talked about our thoughts should be treated as investment. And I was thinking about it because recently I've tried to dabble into some cryptocurrency and all this sphere. I don't want to bore you guys into it if you don't know about it. But basically, most people are thinking of getting rich quick in any sort of investment, in stocks, in bonds, in crypto, and real estate. But recently, I was thinking about my manifestations, past manifestations, and every single one of them was a good investment that flowered after some time. But they all flowered into the flower that I thought they should flower into. Like a mustard seed should only uh, grow into mustard, and corn should only grow into corn. It never grows into something else. So I was thinking about that most people, even in law of assumption, we want to get everything now, right now, in this very moment. So most people get impatient when applying law of assumption. So it's like a long-term investment. It's not a get rich quick scheme. And so I was thinking about my past manifestation, as I recently made a video that I bought a house in Russia, and I will put a link in the description. You can watch it next. But prior to this manifestation, I thought about this house 4 years ago when I was living in Malaysia, and I wanted to come to Russia because my now wife is Russian. So long story short, I was imagining our life in a studio apartment in Russia, and I had this layout in my head where the kitchen should be, where the sofa should be, where our bed will be, and where my computer system, everything, my studio will be. And now that I think about it, after 4 years, it's just dawned upon me that now that studio apartment that I have bought is basically 90% in the exact same layout. Everything is where I imagine it should be. And I was like, wow, it grew into the almost perfect, because the bathroom has a little bit different position, but not too much. So I would say 95% of everything is exactly the way I imagined. And so that was a sound investment 4 years ago, and it grew into fruition now. And this 4 years or 3 years, it doesn't matter. This time frame, it takes some time for some things, for others it doesn't. But if we are trying to get rich quick, we put too much pressure on it. It doesn't mean that some things cannot manifest overnight. I recently read a story on Reddit where a woman was talking about getting 70k something money out of thin air overnight, basically. She sold something, she sold an apartment which shouldn't be sold at the price that she sold at. So it was basically miraculous kind of sale. So things can happen like that. So it is not to say that things don't manifest instantaneously, some things. But the point is, what are you doing worrying about every single manifestation when you should be treating it as a long-term investment? Every thought, every imaginal act, everything you do every single day should be an investment. And you should be planting seeds day after day. So if you are keep planting corn, you will get corn after a while. And if you keep, for example, investing in some investment like crypto or stocks or whatever, or real estate, in an ideal world, you will get success after some time. You will get a nice appreciation on your investments. And so, but if you fear and if you worry about every single thing, and what you're trying to manifest, you worry about it 24/7, what are you doing? You are plucking out the plant. And I have noticed that as long as I do not mess with my imaginal acts, once I've planted them, they always, almost always come to fruition. And and it also has something to do with naturalness. What feels natural to you? A person who is really really struggling financially, imagining $1 billion in their bank account is it's extremely unnatural, extremely unnatural. I'm not saying that it will not happen, but it is extremely unnatural. But baby steps almost always work. So somebody struggling financially should imagine living in a nice house where all bills are paid and they are enjoying a nice luxurious life. Well, you don't need $1 billion to have a nice life, right? So when you make things natural to you and you imagine them and invest your thoughts every single day, step by step, then your wealth and abundance increases, and the more you feel abundant, the more it increases. And it's just like exactly like any sort of financial investment in this world. It's just like that. If you're thinking of getting rich quick, you put too much burden or pressure on your consciousness, and the chances of getting messing things up is also big. But at the same time, high risk high reward is something talked about in financial world. High risk high reward is also a thing. So I'm not discouraging anyone to go manifest big things, but what I'm saying is, if you treat every single thought as an investment, you will be absolutely delighted in a few years as time passes as to how many of your small investments will start popping out, and you will be like, wow, the law of assumption really do work. It is the it is when people come to the law of assumption as a taking with a mindset that getting rich quick, like I must manifest everything, and if I don't manifest all of the big things, then it doesn't work, then they let it go. Just like people who come to cryptocurrency, or all cryptocurrency is extremely risky, so a lot of people come to it thinking that they will get rich fast. They put a lot of money and they lose everything and then they say it's a scam. Exactly like that, a lot of people come to law of assumption, like and they have a lot of goals and they don't apply it well, and then they blame on the teachers, they blame they say it's a scam and they leave. But if you treat your thoughts as every single thought as an assumption and an investment for the future, within 2 to 3 years your life will be so different that when you will look back you will be like, wow, how did I come to this place from where I was? And the only thing that will make sense to you is the investments that you made, the mental investments that you made in your mind. That is the only explanation that you will find. This is why Neville Goddard told his skeptics to climb the ladder experiment. He did not tell them to go imagine $1 billion, and if like you must get $1 billion by Thursday, or of course he knew that a lot of people will either first they will be even more skeptical, and second it won't work for majority of them because it's too much big of a task, because it's not natural. It doesn't feel natural for majority of people to have such huge thing. But climbing a ladder is seemingly mundane, meaningless thing, but that proves the law. That is what he was trying to do. He was trying to prove people that the law of assumption works. What you imagine, even if you say you don't want, there is no such thing as I don't want something. In when I say think about a pink elephant, don't think about a pink elephant, you will still think about a pink elephant. Our consciousness is exclusive, it inclusive, sorry, inclusive, and it includes everything. Whatever you say no to is still in your consciousness, you imagine it. So he was trying to teach people and prove to people that the law of assumption work, and he told them that you must imagine climbing a ladder every single night, and in the daytime you will say, I will not climb a ladder, I will not climb a ladder, I will not climb a ladder. And a lot of the skeptics did that, and they proved the law that it worked. So they invested significant amount of thought in the daytime and at night in not climbing a ladder, and but in imagination climbing a ladder. Basically, a ladder was in their consciousness, and a ladder came in their life out of nowhere, and they climbed it. And so this is, I guess, what I'm trying to say is, this is not to say that people shouldn't imagine big things, but don't just put all your focus on big things. Plant seeds of whatever you want, every single small thing, all day long. Treat everything, every single thought as an investment, and keep on planting without thinking about the result, without putting pressure on where it is, because investments grow over time. And if you have planted a lot of seeds, your garden will be overflowing. Your garden will be like, everything will be grown. When it starts to pop off, you'll be like, wow, in a few years. So I guess the message of this video is that treat manifestation as not a get rich quick scheme, but a way of life, a way of living, a way of investment. And within a few years, you will reap the benefits, and you will be like, wow. Play the long game, not the short game, I guess, to sum up this video. Till next time, bye bye.